I've been dying to ask this because it's such a subjective answer. How high of a body count is too high, gentlemen?
Oof, for what?
Everyone has a different number. So I said 25. My girlfriend said 60.
Oof, 10.
These are high.
Anything over 10, I'm just like, ugh.
Okay.
It's going to be a stretch.
Wait, you're saying 25 for what? If you were
commitment.
a guy?
For a guy screening a girl for commitment.
Yes.
For marriage, right?
I mean, it's got to be low, man. I mean, it's got to be like under 10, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say really.
For marriage or for like just like date marriage?
We'll do marriage because women want your cash. Yeah.
Virgin, bro.
Ah,
no hymen, no diamond.
No hymen, no diamond. I'm not marrying. Yeah. She's got to be a virgin if I'm going to marry her, bro. Like,
come to Kansas. I know some.
No. I'm not. I got a plan for that. It's not realistic to find a virgin in the United States. You got to go fucking. I'm gonna go back to the Middle East.
And you gotta stay there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay there. Yeah, I come back. I come back. It's extreme, but that's basically like, yeah, bro. Like, no. If it's gonna be marriage, the shit carrying my name and shit, she's got to have certain values that just American women in general don't have. You can't, and it's very difficult to instill in them because a lot of women here in the West have been indoctrinated to a point where there's really no going back.
They think it's abuse.
Yeah, they'll call it. Yeah. So it's like not even that. It's like, no, just be a fucking lady and don't embarrass me. You know, it's crazy to me how like the male standards are almost always wanted and enforced, but if men have standards, it's always met with some kind of like misogyny, asshole, blah blah blah. Yeah. Like men can't have standards. So if I say, oh, I don't want to take no hoe seriously, it's like, oh, you're just insecure, small dick energy. That's like me saying, oh, I want a man that makes money. Oh, are you just a stupid bitch that can't make your own money? No, we would never say that to women, right? Well, at least not in public. Yeah. So, but like, it's just that male standards are always not respected, whereas like female standards are like praised.
Well, certainly in the West anyway. So Myra, that's why, like you say, you need to get out of the West. I mean, you're talking about the Middle East, but you've got you know, Russia, you've got the former Eastern, you know, former Soviet Union countries, you've got places South America,
Estonia.
But like to date a girl, I would say for marriage that's very high. But like for just like, you know, that's gonna be the mother of my children, man. Yeah. But like you know, she's got to have certain standards. But if it's just a girl, right, that I'm like dating here, whatever it may be, under 5.
Okay.
Under 5. I'm gonna like be seen in public with her and like claim her.
I mean, well, you have 5. The leverage for it.
Yeah, that's what I would. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Miguel, what about you?
For marriage?
Yeah,
it's gotta be low. Gotta be low. Like
sub 10, sub 15,
sub 10.
My man.
Okay.
CryptoMindsetCourse.com.
Thor.
So for me, I'm going to answer this a little bit differently. Ali asked the question, what are you, 25, 26 years old?
27.
Okay, and you want to be married. So let's say you were sexually active at 15, you had LTR. So every 3 to 5 years, you had 1 LTR. So that's going to be what? Maybe 7 to 8 bodies for you. It's acceptable. Here's the thing. If you've had, say, a hoe phase for a couple of years and you had maybe 1 body, let's be generous, 1 body every month. Okay, so that's going to end up being.
You being too generous, nigga.
Yeah, that's going to be 24 more. So out of that, you're going to at least have been a side chick or an FB for a while. Yeah, that's going to make you kind of advertise for guys, and that those behaviors start to stick with you. And that's where things start to slip, and things because no guy wants a gal that's going to advertise her whole face forever.
Good women don't stay on the market.
No, they don't.
Good women don't stay on the market.
Facts.
But even at that rate, you know, you're still salvageable to an upper average guy. He'll commit to you for that.
Yeah.
For that upper echelon, they're going to still consider you. They might even consider you, you know, a side chick or for a long-term relationship. You might be the side gal for years and years and years, you know, but that's just how we end up looking at it. You know, we really want a gal that's somewhat wholesome, but as far as the bodies, you had nothing but long-term relationships for those times. Yeah. Between 7 to 10 is probably going to be realistic today.
Yeah, I'll say for me,
under 10 will be hard to find.
A girl like who's single for more than a year is red flag for me. I'm like, what's wrong?
There is an issue there.
No.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, like, what's wrong? Why doesn't somebody scoop you up?
Oh, she's a human being.
Girls be getting down. And the reason why, guys, is like we know that girls in general get down. Like I know if I take an average 21-year-old girl versus an average 21-year-old guy, that 21-year-old girl is going to run laps on that fucking guy as
yeah.
far as like sexual experience goes.
Laps
Yeah,
So,
pretty
dick.
much. I would say
yeah.
A woman has needs.
She's drinking from the stress.
But you know, like I said, like that's just my personal preference. If it's marriage, yeah, the number's got to be pretty much be 0. If it's like a relationship where I'm like seeing her and dating her out in public and shit like that, it's got to be 5 or below.
Yeah, you
man.
got a reputation.
Depending on her
to keep.
age, depending on
Yeah,
her
You got a
age too.
reputation to keep.
I would
Yeah,
say
facts.
personally
Yeah.
for me, it doesn't matter
At all.
at all.
What, for marriage?
I know. I know people like that. I know people like that.
It doesn't matter at all.
For dating or for marriage?
I don't care about body count. I don't care.
Hold on.
Int-
You know why?
Go
That's
fresh.
confidence.
I went for none of these hoes.
Good job, fresh. Count that ball. Drum button away for you, man.
That's a good point because a lot of guys in this space, it's all about like, oh yeah, what about marriage? I want to find this great girl for marriage. Why are guys so keen to saddle themselves to get married?
Yeah.
I mean, why is everyone living out this trad kind of fucking? I mean, with to be honest, from a guy's perspective, why are people so keen to be like, oh my god, I've got to live this like perfect tradition?
It's the woman's job to try to get you married. That's the woman's job, not
You
the
know what
guy's
the bill
job.
is?
What?
All women, for the most part in the West, bro, have a pass. And as a
Yeah.
result, it would be foolish for me to say, you know what? I'm going to take my time and just try to find one that is a virgin. I could do that, or I waste my time doing that. Versus, like, I found, do my thing, and if we could make a connection, dope. We can travel, get lit, have fun, and see where it goes. But
I'll tell you what, you want a man, that OnlyFans is not helping you.
That's true.
Honestly,
I'm just saying, if
Into
you
the mic.
want a man,
Listen.
not an attack.
no.
Not an attack.
I'm not taking it personal. I thought that. I'm sorry.
Move the mic.
I
Yeah,
thought
you're talking.
that it actually, there are a lot of confident guys that they don't care about that at all. And I really mean that.
Are they saying that because they want to sleep with you?
No, I'm saying like there are different guys than the way you guys think. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
true.
some guys, they genuinely don't care what people think about them, say about them. When they walk in a room, they don't care. They're like, that's mine now. Maybe you had her years ago. But also, like I said, well, I can't say that,
Are those
but
guys in your life now?
no. But that's because, listen, they were, everything I've said tonight, I've definitely noticed that I'm dealing with a different kind of guy than maybe a lot of you. But it wasn't them that left me. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, it's kind of nuanced, though, isn't it? Because if your OnlyFans is, it's not sexual. You just
It
got
is
pictures
sexual.
and stuff.
It's OnlyFans.
Yeah, but it's
sexual.
not.
It's OnlyFans.
It's not.
no one's seeing me have sex with another man. No.
But you are
But it is
fully
sexual.
naked.
Not on my page. No.
But I mean, when they sign up, are you fully
No.
naked? Partially naked?
it's only bikini?
Yeah.
Top up?
Even
Yeah.
bikini still sexual.
No. It's for sure sexual.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're not going to be traumatized with videos they're never going to unsee. But that
I'll be
wasn't my
traumatized by the
point.
photos if strangers are looking at it.
There are a lot of guys that genuinely they are confident enough to not care about what other people
Why do you
think.
keep saying
it
that
doesn't
about the
have to do
confidence?
with
Yeah, I don't think it's
Fans.
confidence.
Do you think it's insecurity?
That they don't care?
Yeah,
That-
because you're
that they would
automatically
care about
insinuating
your-
guys who are
No,
not
no.
okay with it are not
I just
confident.
feel like that's a confidence thing. That's me personally making an assessment. I feel like that
Why?
they're more confident just because when you say, when I walk into a room and everyone thinks this about me, well, why do you care what everyone thinks about you?
Have you been
Because it
proposed
makes
to
you look
before?
bad.
No.
Have you been
But that's
proposed to
why.
before?
No.
That's why. That's going to be a problem. You should. Do you have good men in your family that are going to be honest with you? Like if you were going headed down a path.
Well, one, I don't want to be proposed to. I've never asked a guy about that.
But
That's
that
not
wasn't the
something-
question. Like,
You don't
do
want
you
to get
have?
married?
No, not at 25. Absolutely not. And
Why?
I truly
you're at
mean
your
that.
highest value right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, Tom Sickin.
I want to like live for myself right now. and I
That's
mean
fine,
that.
but you can end up alone if you live for yourself.
Yeah, with cats and dogs.
Like we're just saying that you're at your men prioritize women who are young and beautiful.
Do you ever want children?
So you're
Yes.
saying you're basically saying I'm going to wait till I'm older and hope for a better thing to come along.
I just don't want to be married right now. I
No,
really
I'm
don't.
not telling you to run and get married, but I'm just saying that your value is at its pretty much peak right now as far as a sexual marketplace is standard. Because we like young girls. We don't want no grandmas following us around.
I want to know, honestly, how I feel. I feel like the people
March.
that are married now are going to be divorced in 5 to 7 years.
Fair.
So I don't want that. And
The
if
people
I have
you know
to
or
wait,
people in general?
well, I can't make assessments about people I don't know.
So the people you know.
The people I observe. So I don't maybe know them all personally, but the things I observe, I feel like in less than 10 years, yes,
And you're just
70%
observing
of
them,
them will be
when you're
divorced.
hanging out with them, or people in the park, or who are these people you're observing?
I guess probably people I've interacted with in some way, maybe whether it was a coworker and I heard a story, or, you know what I'm saying, a best friend and I know things, but like, I don't want what people are looking for right
Do you
now.
want
So
kids?
because you
Yeah.
assume other people's relationships are going to fail, therefore you're not going to get into a relationship now because you think it's going to fail?
I think that if I got into a relationship with the kind of guys that I like now, yes, that it would fail.
That's a bad mental model.
NFL players and stuff.
At least you know. Most women don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really bad way to look. You're basically like black pilled about your relationship. Like it's gonna fail no matter what.
That's not really what I said. I'm
though.
like, it's the certain type of guys I guess I interact with now. I feel that I'm growing out of it because of things I've been through.
What do you say, like bad boys? Basically?
And
Is that what-
Celebrities, blue check marks.
I guess like the guys with like so much game and
Okay,
like
they got
they're
options.
so smooth
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Yeah.
guys.
finesse really well.
BBC.
So she's
6 foot
saying
tall.
if she ever marries those types of guys, she knows it's going to end badly. It's pretty much.
A guy that has game, I don't think it'll end badly, actually. Just saying.
Yeah, well, because they have the game.
Well,
Game is
It's
a good thing.
Raleigh's
It's a
been
gamble,
married, so
though.
yeah,
It'll keep a relationship.
A game is something that will keep it together.
He is the game.
He is the game.
He is the game.
Yeah.
He's the game.
It's the day
I don't want that anymore.
most approaches
Do
in the
you ever want
manosphere.
children?
What's
What
else?
about when
Yeah.
you're 60? Like you shouldn't
Wait,
like.
what?
So what
Hold on.
about when you're 60? Do you want to be alone, or do you want to have a man and some children around you?
Do you feel that if I'm not married at 25, I won't be married at 60?
No, she's
Yeah.
just
No.
asking you a question in general.
Your life at 60. Do you want a man there?
But yes to that.
Honestly, I will say like things that I've been through recently, like my mind wants to say no to that, but realistically, like that would be a boring life. But right now I'm very content being by myself because no one can affect my, you know, my average everyday, you know, my mood. No one can affect my mood if I'm by myself. So I can't really answer that, I guess, right now. But like realistically, who wants to be alone at 60, I guess?
There we
I
go.
really, really want kids, but like sometimes I see myself like having kids and not a man.
How does OnlyFans fit into your plan to have children?
OnlyFans has not affected my life in any
No, I'm
No,
just
in
saying,
the
how does it fit into your plan to have children?
You mean like
Is
them?
it financially? Is it confidence? Is it growing your IG? What is it?
Honestly, it's just kind of for fun. Like it really did not end up being what everyone thinks it is. Like if you don't have one or you've never experienced it, like you can't really make assessments on it, to be honest. And like never had any hate, and not to my face, but I don't care what people say about me behind my back. I'm not that kind of person. Like no one's opinion affects me at all.
Right. It's not about the opinion. I'm asking you, what is the strategic part?
I mean,
of
I don't. My
having
OnlyFans has nothing to do with like having
5-year
kids.
plan.
Well, if
I
you
have-
have kids and they see your OnlyFans, that's going to be a problem.
Well, she's probably taking it down by then, though.
Right.
I mean,
Internet never
it's
forgets.
always,
Never
yeah,
goes away.
it's
Well,
always
that's
there.
fine. If someone sends my, I mean, if like I have kids and like when they're old enough to understand, I would think that'd be like 10, 15 years from now when they're old enough to be like, look at that and see. If someone shows my kids something like from 10 years ago, that's, I'm saying I'll handle that when that comes. But
How would you
that's
feel if you
really
saw
fucking
nudes of
weird.
your mom?
Personally, I have a good relationship with my mom. It really wouldn't bother me.
That's a close family.
But,
We all get naked at Christmas.
Okay.
So you mentioned children, though. You mentioned
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
You said
They're
you
gonna
wanted
get
children, but you
along.
could see yourself raising them by yourself. Why would you do that?
to be completely honest with you, I'm pretty traumatized,
Yes.
and I feel that men have made my life harder than it ever needed to be. And you guys can make assessments on my OnlyFans about who I am as a person, but genuinely, like, I have a lot to offer, and I'm a great person. And anyone who has lost me has felt it. And I don't foresee a man that way. Like, no man I've ever lost added value to my life, and I mean that.
Have
So
you thought
last
about
question. Hold on. Last question here. Do you regret choosing those men as men you took serious?
I don't. I
They brought no
can't.
value. You said they brought no value.
So I genuinely, as a person, cannot hold hate in my heart. I don't hold a grudge. I can't be mad. So
healthy.
when you ask that, no, I still have love for those people. I think every decision is a good decision and leads you on the path to where you need to be. But Did it hurt? Yeah, but I think I genuinely wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't go through those things.
Emotional damage. Can I just say one thing? I think there's a couple of sort of like there's different impulses sort of banging together here, right? Because you're right. Because the reality is, unfortunately, I think all of us get bored. Like sexually, I think that men and women, you're with somebody. That's the big problem with monogamy, isn't it? People want variety. Like we all want the security. We like the snuggles. We like the Netflix, but we also want that kind of variety as well. And I think you're right. I think a lot of people that do get together and they get into a committed bond at a young age. All right, I know people are going to disagree, but they do end up splitting up. I mean, I know people in Russia. I know people in Russia and former Eastern, Soviet Union. People get married very young, and a lot of those couples end up splitting up because 7 years later they're like, oh fuck, this is a bit boring. So there is that problem. But what everyone else is countering that with is the bigger question of, okay, but how do you want your life to shape out? It's kind of difficult in the short term to marry those two things together, isn't it? Because you're probably, what you're saying now, you're probably saying, yeah, I'm happy being on my own, happy being single. That's great.
Try into the mic.
Speaking the mic.
Sorry. Yeah, so, there's two impulses that are sort of separate kind of things, really. They're quite difficult to marry up, I think.
Yeah.
I think the biggest takeaway from this for all the women that are watching is the older you get, the less negotiating power you have to get the man that you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest takeaway here is that as you get older, your value does go down as a woman. And that doesn't mean your human value. It means as in your dating marketability goes down because as you get older, it's going to be difficult for you to compete with younger women because as men gain status and money, they want younger, tighter, better.
Yeah.
So it's been that way since the beginning of time.
All I'm saying though is for her in the moment now, it's difficult to think that, isn't it? Because she, like literally seeing it,
she's at her peak.
She's not going to think, oh shit, one day I'm going to be 45 and I'm going to be less attractive. It's just like, how does that mentality is really hard to understand.
Yeah, it's difficult because when you're up, it's very difficult for you to think of the down.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times for women, unfortunately, they don't realize they're down until it's too late.
Yep.
You know? And we're just telling you guys from a male perspective, guys that have options that are attractive, etc. The men that you're competing for, whether you want to admit it or not, which you guys are, right? Because all women are basically chasing the same archetype of man. I guarantee if I put a calculator up here and asked you, what do you want in your guy? All of you guys are going to describe a man very similar.
Yep.
And
666.
Exactly. Yeah. So that guy, unfortunately, because I know some of you guys were laughing at me earlier when I said, I want a girl that has a certain body count, whatever it may be. The thing is that successful men are less common than beautiful women. So I don't think women understand that you actually do have the cards stacked against you when it comes to getting a commitment. You can get attention for sure. You get sex for sure.
Easily.
But can you get commitment from that high value guy and he's going to take you seriously and you're going to be the main chick? That's the real question. And if we're going to go on that game, there's far more losers with women versus winners. Because if you were a winner, you'd have a ring on your finger. And I think there's only one girl with a ring on her finger here.
Sir.
So that's the female metric of success. Ladies, whether you want to accept it or not, the male metric of success is not marriage. That's your metric of success.
Nah.
Our metric of success.
Hold
on, let me finish.
Or a relationship.
Our metric of success is, can you have sex with a lot of girls?
Yep.
That's why when a man is able to have sex with a lot of girls, what do? They rarely settle down. Look at Dan Bilzerian. Look at Hugh Hefner. Or if they do settle down, they go ahead and fuck other girls anyway. So you got to understand that there is a different game being played by men versus women. Your game is to get married to the best guy that you can and lock him down. And most girls cannot do that shit. They can't.
You got a point?
Just hold the L, man.
Okay.
I personally, I really don't believe that there are very many good men out there, and I don't live my life thinking. I'm not saying there are. I'm just saying. I think that you guys think like men are the prize. I don't think that. Like
I think if you lower
we're
your
not saying men are the prize. We're just saying that certain men that you chase after.
No. He said you live your life looking for the right husband.
Men are the prize, though.
Yeah,
because it comes down to supply and demand.
This is the patriarchy.
This is. I mean, ladies, like, you know what? Hold on. You know what? Let's do this.
Men created feminism.
Let's pull up that calculator real quick, Chris. Let's pull up that calculator.